Welcome to Spirit Flow, the sacred space where we believe spiritual health is the foundation of everything. I'm Tara, and I created this show to support women who are ready to reconnect with their essence, clear energetic blocks, and lead from their soul. When we're spiritually aligned, our health, our relationships, and our purpose begin to flow with ease. Each week, we'll explore the deeper layers of healing through conversations, reflections, and multidimensional lenses: spiritual, energetic, physical, and metaphysical. Let's step into the flow. Hello, beautiful souls. I feel that so many of you might relate to what I'm about to share today. Like, when you get those little tingles, then something just lands as truth. Well, I'm already feeling that as we kind of go deeper into this topic together. And you know what I'm seeing so much of lately in my sessions? It's the thing that happens in relationships. One partner is deeply, deeply immersed in their inner work, peeling back the layers, facing their shadows, healing their patterns, and reconnecting with spirit, while the other seems to just be gliding along. And I see this all the time in client sessions. One person is awake and moving through everything, feeling it all so deeply, while their partner might not seem fully present. They don't always understand the depth of what's happening. And they might even seem to coast on a current, right? Unaware of just how much their partner is carrying. And that can feel hard. And it can feel like an imbalance. It can feel lonely. And I feel that in my body right now, just even talking about it. It's like this heaviness in my chest, And maybe you're feeling something similar as I'm describing this. But here's what I've been shown, and I feel this so, so deeply. Gosh, sorry. It's just moving through me. What if I told you that when we enter into a relationship, we're entering into what I call an energy matrix. So this isn't just like two people sharing a home or life. What's happening is it's this intertwining of intentions, of thoughts, emotions, and yes, soul contracts. So when you said yes to this relationship, whether consciously or unconsciously, you entered into a sacred agreement. And at the soul level, you both said, we are here to connect, we are here to grow, and we are here to support each other's evolution. And sometimes that support looks like walking side by side, completely aligned, each doing the work at the same pace. But other times it looks like one person going first, clearing the path, holding the energy that the other will eventually be invited to step into. And here's something really important. When it feels like you're the only one doing the work, you are supporting yourself while naturally holding and supporting the entire family system. And what that means is it doesn't mean that you're carrying all that responsibility forever, but it does mean your work is profoundly impactful. And I want to pause and acknowledge this. If this is you, if you are the one hearing the call and answering it, I see you. I honor you. Because it takes incredible courage to move where many refuse to go. It takes love to choose healing when staying asleep would totally be easier, right? And whether your partner realizes it or not, your work does affect them. Your frequency shifts the matrix. Your healing ripples into the relationship field. Even if they aren't consciously doing the work right now, the soul contract ensures they will be touched by it in their own way, in their own timing. And sometimes this shared journey continues. Sometimes the soul contract completes and you part ways. Neither is a failure, but both are really honoring the truth. So if you're in that space, feeling like you're the one doing it all, hold this in your heart. You are not alone, and you are not wasting your effort. And beautiful souls, if you've been seeing repeating numbers lately, like 1111 or 222, or finding feathers in the most unexpected places, those aren't coincidences. That's spirit saying, keep going. We see you. You are doing this for a purpose, one that is bigger, much bigger than you can see right now. And sooner or later, your partner will be nudged into their own evolution because the universe always balances the field. So thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for doing the work. And thank you for being willing to feel what others avoid. And your courage, it's not going unnoticed, not by me, not by spirit, and not by your soul. So now let's get a little deeper into how this actually works when we're manifesting together. Because honestly, this is where it gets really interesting. First, remember that resonance matters more than polarity. So here's something that might surprise you. It's not as simple as the higher vibration wins. I used to think that too. But what I've actually learned through my own relationship and working with clients is that the universe responds to something called resonance. Think of it in this way. You know, when you're like humming a song and someone else starts humming it too without even realizing? That's resonance. It's not about who's humming louder. It's about which tune is clearest and most consistent. And so if one partner is holding this beautiful vision of love, of possibility, and all the good stuff, but underneath there's this little voice going, but what if it doesn't work? Well, that energy isn't fully coherent, you know. But if their partner is focused on fear or lack, and they're really consistent about it, thinking about it every day, talking about it, feeling it deeply, that steady lower frequency can actually imprint more strongly. It's like a song that plays on repeat, and eventually what happens is it'll fill the whole room. Also keep in mind that coherence amplifies manifestation. And this is why clarity and embodiment matter so much. So a high vibrational thought, when it's infused with strong emotional conviction and aligned action, becomes magnetic. It carries far greater potency than a low vibration thought that is half-hearted or scattered. The universe isn't just responding to what you think, it's responding to how coherent and embodied that thought is. So when your mind, your heart, and actions are aligned, what you do is you start to create a signal that's really clear and really powerful. Now think about how that shared field will harmonize. So when two people are in a relationship, their energies blend into a shared matrix. Think of it like almost like two tuning forks, right? Placed side by side. Eventually, they begin to vibrate together. And so this shared field often reflects the average frequency of both partners. So if like one is high and one is low, the outcome tends to be somewhere in between. But, and this is really important, if one partner holds their vibration with unwavering focus and coherence, their energy begins to set the tone for the whole field. Like they become the stronger current that the other is naturally pulled toward. And at the end of the day, remember that the universe listens to feeling, not just words. Like words are a surface level, feelings are frequency. So if someone says, I believe in abundance, but underneath they feel fear or lack, it is the feeling that imprints in the field, not the words. And because feeling is what carries that charge, right? A fear-based thought held with deep intensity can manifest just as strongly as a love-based thought held lightly. And so this is why we see so many people accidentally creating more of what they don't want, because the emotional charge of their worry is stronger than the light touch of their hopes. So here's a question for you. Which manifests most? The one with a greater charge, clarity and consistency, or when both hold equal strength? Manifestation isn't determined by who has the nicer thought. It's shaped by which thought carries the most power behind it. And so power here means like that emotional charge that I was talking about before. the clarity of vision, and the consistency. So whether it's high vibration or low, the universe responds to the signal that is broadcast more clearly and most often. So a fearful thought repeated daily can just create something so strong, even more so than a joyful thought repeated daily. So if both partners are holding equally strong intentions, one in love and one in fear, one in trust and one in doubt, what happens is the result often looks like a push and pull. Some things flow forward beautifully, and then suddenly obstacles appear, and it can feel like 2 steps forward and 1 step back. And it's not failure, but what's happening is there's a mirror of that mixed frequency in the field. And so the idea is that you want alignment in manifestation. You want to manifest in your life. What you want to manifest in your life doesn't happen in isolation when you're in a partnership, right? So in a partnership, you'll have dreams, you'll have visions, your intentions. And what they do is they all weave into that shared energy field you hold with your partner. And this means that your desires are most powerful when they're aligned, or at the very least, spoken into the space between you. And I remember when my partner and I were going through our own version of this, I was so focused on calling in abundance, like doing all my practices, and he was just, worried about money all the time. Guess which energy was winning? The worry, because he was thinking about it way more consistently than I was thinking about abundance. And so being on the same page doesn't mean you have to want exactly the same things in the same way. It means opening a dialogue. It means sharing your vision, sharing it so that your partner's field has a chance to meet it, support it, and harmonize with it. So when partners aren't aligned, and when one is quietly manifesting abundance while the other is silently worried about lack, the energy becomes mixed. And what can happen is it can cancel itself out or create those push and pull experiences where progress feels really shaky or really hard. But when both voices and hearts are spoken aloud and acknowledged, what happens is that matrix becomes clearer, stronger, and more coherent. And so the most important part of communication is this: share your intentions. Name what you're calling in and invite your partner into the vision, even if their role is simply to witness and hold space. That witnessing brings their energy into resonance with yours. Because manifestation in relationships goes beyond your individual frequency to encompass the alignment of two souls choosing to co-create together. There's also something else really important to think about: bedtime. I recommend manifesting before sleep because what happens is your energies mix deeply during the night. Sleep is where your conscious mind softens, right? And the subconscious field becomes more impressionable. And if you leave the day unresolved, tangled in fear, worry, conflict, those frequencies get imprinted and replayed through dreams and your nervous system. So clearing the bed, setting intentions, and inviting sovereignty before sleep will start to shift your entire night into alignment. Like what happens is your rest then becomes like this active co-creation space where your soul and your partner's soul communicate beyond words. And so there are a few simple practices that can help. So first, intentionally clear the energy of the bed with breath, with the sound, with visualization. Then speak or silently affirm what you want to release. Then call in the intention you wish to seed. And then finally, place your hands over your heart and repeat a truth like this: I am sovereign in my energy, even as I sleep. So beautiful souls, as you're navigating your own co-creation journey, remember that your energy matters, your healing matters, and whether your partner is doing the work alongside you right now or not, you're creating ripples that will touch everything and everyone in your field. I see you, Spirit sees you, and your courage to love and grow and show up it's not going unnoticed. So sweet dreams, beautiful souls, and until next time, I'll see you then. Thank you for sharing space with me today. If this episode resonated, come find me on Instagram at tara.hegerty to keep the conversation going. You'll find all of the resources we talked about on today's show linked in my bio under podcast resources. Until next time, remember, spiritual health changes everything.